Hey, everybody. This episode of Dr. Drew After Dark is brought to you by Upstart. I'll tell you more about that in the middle of the show. First off, let's get on with it. Hi, I'm Dr. Drew, and this is Dr. Drew After Dark. Please be advised that Dr. Drew After Dark may contain sexually oriented content and be unsuitable for young children. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Dr. Drew After Dark. Be sure to support the podcast. We love that you guys are behind us here. And for me at drdrew.com, find out all the other podcasts I do there. Christina P, as always, right here next to me. People should look. Do you guys have a website you want to send people to?
Oh, Christina P online for ticket links, Your Mom's House podcast, if you haven't already heard. And Where My Mom's At, I do a podcast about motherhood, but a real one. None of this bullshit where we talk about how our husbands are annoying. Well, that actually is a part of it. But
of course it is.
I get into the real,
yeah,
the nitty gritty, the real deal.
Speaking of that, I want to understand, speaking of Where the Mom's At, where were you this weekend?
That's a good question. I was in my house.
Didn't get drunk this weekend with old friends?
I got day drunk yesterday for the first time in forever with some college friends. Now, by that I mean I had three glasses of Sauvignon Blanc.
You were wasted. Mm-hmm.
Wasty pants for mommy, and then I took a nap by 3 o'clock.
Oh. You didn't do anything weird?
Oh, I stayed around the house.
How were your friends with you at your house, or did you guys go somewhere?
No, we stayed at the house.
They came to visit your house. Mm-hmm. And how do you stay in touch with friends from college?
I do. Yeah. We had lost touch for a few years, and now we were rekindling the friendship. But it's like we didn't miss a beat.
Yeah, I know you told me before, but I'm not remembering what college.
University of San Francisco.
USF.
Got in on academic probation, barely broke 1,000 on my SATs, and then I did really well.
Then you killed them, I'm sure. Then you went to Cambridge.
I did. Oxford.
I beg your pardon.
All right, Dr. Drew. Keble College. Thank you.
Were these girls from
philosophy?
Were these girls from England, or were they just your San Francisco friends?
No, SF.
And were they all goth too?
No, they were like hippies and like they were into hip hop. They were normal, but they still remember me. They were like, "You were sassy back then, and now you're, still sassy." And I'm like, "That's a nice word for crazy," but yes, yeah.
And what are they all doing now?
They're normal. Oh, one of them he's a cameraman. They've been together since college. This couple, and
so this were male and female friends. I assumed it was mommies. Okay.
Married couple, and they have a cute little 10-year-old boy. And the guy works in different cities, and they travel together in television and films. Yeah, they're great. They're like the nicest, normalest people I'm friends with.
Is he somebody would have come across somewhere? You think?
Wait, say it again.
Is he somebody I would come across?
No, I don't know. No. He does scripted television TV, stuff. Yeah. What's this line of questioning? What's going on?
I'm just curious.
I'm very nervous.
I'm curious what I'm going to find here. I mean, I don't think I'm going to find Tom with two penises again.
Well, that's the night. I had the dream last night.
Mm-hmm. See, that was gold, and I'm mining for more.
Oh, you want more?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here's I push the button on my pool lights. I figure out which lighting concept I preferred the most.
This is very fascinating.
I was pretty banal yesterday.
Drunk but banal.
Yeah, I don't do. You know what? I'm not an act out. I know what you're saying. I had an ex-boyfriend who would drink and then jump on top of cars and get nutty. I feel like I'm actually more normal when I drink, because this is me normally. I'm like, yeah. I'm pretty loose.
So you calm down a bit.
I'm loose. Yeah, I'm free in my sober life. What do you like when you drink?
What do I like, or do I get like?
What do you get like? And what do you like? Tequila?
No. I'm a super lightweight. Right. And I like wine, but I'm on this no carb thing. So I have to drink bourbon to get over that. And I have this very strange reaction where I could drink 2, orders of bourbon and feel nothing. And then if I have a third, I am destroyed. And I'm like uncomfortably destroyed. Like
I don't like that.
I don't like it. And then it screws my night and my sleep and everything. I just hate it.
You're very
I'm a lightweight.
Particular with your sleep, you were saying.
Yes, as I've gotten older, I have been. Because I spent my whole life sleep deprived.
That's right. As a doctor,
sleep deprived for decades. And I never had to worry about sleep because I was always so deprived. If I laid down, I fell asleep. Yeah. And so that was always the case. Now I'm trying to protect my brain from further damage and get 8 hours a night, and it's hard.
Can I ask you this then? Since I have 2 small children,
yeah,
and I haven't really slept in about 5 years.
I get it.
How much irreparable brain damage? And did I say that word properly?
Yeah.
Is it irreparable?
Irreparable.
Because I've only ever read it.
No, you said it properly.
No one in my family says big words like that.
Well done.
Yeah.
No, I don't think you've done anything. Obviously, we've evolved to be able to tolerate sleeplessness. That's what our kids demand of us, right?
It's the worst.
Yeah, our children. And so it makes sense to me that we can tolerate a certain amount of it when we're young, particularly. it becomes increasingly clear to me that as you get older, there's more to it. Like you're not as resilient in your ability to withstand things like head injuries or illnesses or sleep disorder. I've told this story before. I don't remember if I told you, but I used to work in an Alzheimer's nursing home.
Oh my God!
And when I was
it
getting
must have been pretty funny on some days, right? People forget stuff.
The Pics dementias are funny because they're very childlike and entertaining. And but the real dementias are people that are in bed and don't respond, right? I mean, they just deteriorate all the way. And so this is that kind of a unit because it's a nursing home, so it's for the advanced dementias. And when I first started getting to know some of these people, I was I was sort of thinking, what sets this up? And I noticed on the bedside of the men, every single male, there was a picture of them as admiral of a ship, captain of just some sort of captain of industry. They owned a bunch of car dealerships. And I sort of started talking to their family because I thought, it must be the stress of all that. Very stressful. And I go, hey, was work stressful for these guys? No, they loved it. No stress. They laughed. No, they loved it. Then further questioning, they never slept.
Yes, I heard
no
about
sleeping,
this.
No sleeping. I thought,
yes.
oh boy, someday I'm going to have to reckon with that. And so that's what I'm trying to do now.
The workaholism of that generation of men, and I watch my husband now, and I'm like, man, you need to slow it the fuck down. You need to sleep properly, eat properly, exercise, have a life, because it kills men. It kills them. That's why you guys die early.
Yeah, and it's also clearly not good for our brains and stuff. So you got to kind of get the balance.
Good luck though, because
I was a severe workaholic. Still am kind of workaholic, but I was severe at one time. Woo.
Severe.
Oh, workaholic. Woo! I'd get up at 5 a.m. and struggle to get home by 10 at night.
No.
Yes.
What a life.
Yes.
What were you doing?
I do hospital and critical care rounds in the morning by 6:30. I would then go see outpatient medical patients. Then I would go to the psychiatric hospital and have my other career. And then I'd go back to the medical hospital at the end of the day. Yeah.
How are you functioning? Were you exhausted?
I was in kind of a little manic-y state, I think, the whole time. And I loved what I was doing, and I thought it was so important.
Well, it is. It is.
Not anymore.
Why?
It's just been marginalized. It's all being done by physician extenders, and we just have to take all the liability, make all the decisions, but actually getting in there and really doing the work all the time for the patients. There's no priority put upon that.
Man.
And and I used to complain that I'd be up all night in ICU and I'd get paid $122.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? As a physician, not a trainee?
No.
$122?
Medicare would set the prices, and that was it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
And they're just squeezing it where there's no value in that work.
Is there any reason to become a doctor financially nowadays? It sounds like it's such a bad business.
No, it's not. It's you always make a living, right? You always be okay, but you're not gonna make a good living unless you're like a plastic surgeon and you're outside of the system. Those are the guys who make ridiculous money.
Yes, we live in the city.
Ridiculous. Like it's not like they make twice or three times what they make 1,000 times what we make per unit time spent.
Now, how is this? Because it's out of pocket for people?
Because it's just the market. It's just what the market will bear as opposed to what insurances and Medicare pay.
Wow.
Which is all set by the government and everybody else. So, yeah.
But then you have to have a crisis of morality, don't you? To give people things they don't need, like PEC implants and...
a crisis of morality before we stop doing that, or
no? I mean, as a plastic surgeon.
A personal.
Yeah, you did not go to med school to like give some lady big fake.
I didn't. I didn't, and I knew I went to take care of sick people, and that was my thing. So it was very important to me to do that, and I'm glad I had the opportunity. You know what I mean? And I still kind of do it. I still do it regularly. I still have patients. I still see stuff. And I just don't know what I would do without it. It would save my life in a weird way. We were talking about our development and stuff.
Yes.
And when I was fishing, trying to figure out what the hell I was, what the hell I wanted to do, this gave me direction, meaning, purpose, structure, and saved my freaking life.
I agree. I think finding meaningful work is one of the biggest developmental things in life.
Yeah, and not enough is made of it.
No,
and now, and now I'm not sure the millennials are getting all that.
Well, what they hear, the mantra is follow what makes you happy, do what makes
your ultimate muse,
joy.
But
sticking with the discipline is not always inherently joyful. Stand-up comedy is brutal and horrible for many, many years, and the attrition rate is very high. You have to be a Marine, the discipline. So it's actually discipline and unhappiness and the long term.
I agree with
make you happy.
I agree. As long as you're doing what's important to you. Not necessarily
good.
what you want to do, but what's important to you, and then what makes in your mind a difference.
Right.
And then that's it. And then you just do it. And then you're not going to get paid. You're not going to be happy for a long time.
For a long time.
Yeah, and that's sort of how it works. And they seem to miss that piece.
The idea is meaningful work. But what you just said, what you think is changing society and
striving
helping.
for that. And clearly the shit we talk about here very meaningful.
Well, let's talk about licking panties.
Yes, and prolapse anuses. I mean, this is meaningful ways. Early on in my training, I thought this is what I got to do.
How do you feel about male nannies? Nope.
I just think.
Tell you how I feel.
Males around your children generally, we're not great creatures, and so I don't know how you.
No.
Yeah, I don't know how you clear for that.
I say no.
I don't know how you screen them. I don't know how you do it. Yeah.
Just no, bro.
Because the male that wants to do that work, I'm worried about.
Same, but yes, but now the culture will say.
No, I know it's.
We should get you equal.
No, I understand.
Ugh.
I understand, but the guy that wants to be the clown at the carnival, and the guy that wants to be the troop leader in the Boy Scouts.
Oh boy.
Some of them are humanitarians, great humanitarians. And some of them are pedophiles.
Oh, boy.
Or just like being around kids. Like it. Need to be around it.
Oh, boy.
And that bothers me.
What about a gymnastics teacher?
Again, some real humanitarians, some great people, and then some, you wonder what's...
He doesn't seem like a pedophile, the one that teaches my kids gym class.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Should I only go for female teachers and coaches?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not
just like babysitters. Hell no.
No.
Can't eat this during the show. What am I thinking?
So before the mic's heated up, you and I were talking about women hiding their intellectual prowess.
Yeah.
And how that bugs me. And when I first saw your stand-up before we met as friends, that's what I thought to myself. I thought
that I was hiding the intelligence.
And I thought that woman is so freaking smart, and she's and only I see it. I thought only I can tell. So
well, I know.
What is that?
I'll tell you the absolute truth. All right.
Please.
This is the absolute truth.
That's all we ask for on this show.
Is that, man? This is going to sound terrible.
Okay,
I entertain. Here's the deal, man.
Here we go.
Here's the deal, man. You bastard. Leaning in like a Larry King with your socket souffle.
That's my other t-shirt. Will you please make a t-shirt?
Socket souffle.
Socket souffle made the rounds the last 2 weeks.
Oh, it's colossal.
Yeah. Socket souffle.
There it is. Okay, so here's the deal, man.
Yeah.
I studied philosophy at Oxford. Yeah. I consider myself to be pretty educated and natively intelligent.
Diminishing.
However,
with the pretty and that word in there too.
I didn't say pretty.
You said I'm pretty smart.
I'm pretty smart. I'm not the smartest.
I didn't say that.
But I'm pretty fucking smart. Now,
very smart.
Did I test well on the SAT? No.
That was
my
when
LSAT,
you were
average.
You were fucking depressed.
Sure.
And you were rebellious, and you wore black fingernail polish.
Sure.
And you wouldn't
have
Bad
the parenting.
man. You wouldn't have the man's test.
However,
your dad was drinking.
My LSAT score too, kind of average.
Was that after Oxford?
Yeah, I thought I wanted to go to law school.
Did you study for it, or were you rebelling on that one too?
I studied, and I was still kind of okay. Now, as I became a comedian, this is like you entertain America, and you not only entertain America, you entertain drunk America. So if you think you're smarter than them, and they're not gonna fucking laugh at Heidegger jokes, Drew. That's the truth.
Okay.
So you gotta dumb it down. You know that. You work with the public. Let's talk. What'd you say on the mean of the ID?
The IQ is set up so half are below and half are above.
Okay, so there you go. And I tend to think that the lower half is even bigger than half. Let's go 3/4.
Well, they lower
when they're drunk.
They lower the median or the mean, then, right?
Yeah, but when they're especially when
you
put alcohol into a nightclub environment, I entertain drunk people. So that even the most intelligent person's going to be a little...
I hear you. However, I would argue the Netflix specials are a little bit on a higher plane.
But where do you develop them?
I understand. I get that. I get it.
It's a catch-22. It's a tricky line. It's a slippery slope. It is. What's funny is not always the same as what's the most intelligent.
And I would argue that the burden that female comedians take
don't even talk about that.
is ridiculous.
What? It's so complicated.
It's complicated, and each of you seems to manage it differently.
Yeah.
Nikki Glazer's a friend.
Yeah, I love Nikki.
And she obsesses about joke, funniest.
Yes.
And if I'm not out there on the road, some other woman is beating me at that.
Oh, okay.
You don't have that?
I don't have the competitiveness of some other women's out there doing it. I have the obsessiveness of I want every joke to be a banger
to land
special.
Do you need the? She says she has like a thing in her head where if it's too many seconds go by before a laugh, she starts to get anxious.
It's the Phyllis Diller rule every 7 seconds.
Wow,
there should be a laugh.
Every 7 seconds.
Yeah. Well, otherwise it's just what are you doing?
You're telling. Well, I mean, Richard Pryor would tell a story, and it would.
I'm not great like that.
Well,
That's not what I like.
I felt like Tiffany Haddish is sort of heading down that path where she's telling lots of stories and stuff.
Oh.
And doesn't seem to be. I just noticed in her special she wasn't like working as hard for the laugh. Maybe she is in her head. I don't know, but she's telling more stories.
I have to watch.
Interesting.
I have to watch.
And oh my God, I'm blanking on my friend's name. With the little dog. Eliza Schlesinger. She works hard. I can tell.
And
she's another super smart person. But smart. Trying to show it too, and she tries to. I mean, she is.
Can I tell you something
jokes.
though?
Yeah.
And this is just a personal taste thing. I don't like the smartest guy in the room. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be the smartest guy in the room, and I don't want to hang out with the smartest guy.
I get it. But my point is that each
fun.
of you are managing this pressure
Yeah.
of
gosh.
being smart, hiding smart,
I see what you're
creating
saying.
a joke, not creating a joke, telling a story, having enough time go by. Each of you are like preoccupied about this stuff in ways I do not hear from male comedians.
No, they don't give a shit. Now, here's what I'm more preoccupied by than that. I'm not so worried about managing intelligence because I've kind of learned over the years how smart you can be in certain rooms. Yeah. I'm more concerned about managing sexuality, actually.
Well, and you're all doing that too. So what's your version?
That's the issue.
And it's interesting. I have not really. That's interesting because it is not apparent to me what you all are doing, but it's clear to me you're doing something. Because the audience has to decide whether they want to fight you or fuck you.
Yes. So it's a very tricky slope for me. But as a mother, as a maternal figure, I'm exempt from being a sexual sexualized rather, as much as, let's say, Nikki, who's going to be like the cute hot. Right. So she's got to manage that.
And she actually worries about that stuff too.
It's a whole tricky. It's so complicated, man. But that's that's the interestingness.
Both you and Ali Wong. I hope people are interested in this because we've talked to comedians for a year now, and now I'm starting to observe things about them. But you and Ali Wong perform pregnant.
Yeah.
And
she's my bro. We're BFFs.
Oh yeah.
I love her.
I went up to see her in Oxnard, and I went backstage, and she goes, "Where do your kids go to school?" And I told her, she goes, "That's a Chinese orgasm, right?" That's what
she's great, man.
She's very funny.
Yeah, she's also very sexual, though. She's also very much into talking about her sexuality and stuff.
But the way each of you do it is each on a different plane, right?
It's it's still a man's field, and I started when it was nobody wanted to hear what women were fucking saying, and now the tables have turned and they're afraid of women. So it's very cool. It's very exciting.
Okay, so because I was going to say I look for female comedians.
You're different, but you're different from your generation. A lot of men your age don't. I grew up when I started stand up. It was arms folded, guys like, oh fuck, this stupid bitch is on. That's what I contended with. So that's the environment I came up in, doing the road. And
well, that's where sexuality breaks through that, right?
It can.
Yeah.
Or it's a hindrance, and now they just want to fuck you, and they're not going to really listen. And if you talk about anything other than sex, they're not interested. It's a whole fucking thing, man. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. And I don't want people to go, oh, it's just in her head. No, you kind of know from testing many audiences.
I've done this for 15 years.
Yeah.
And I've toured with some women who chose to exploit their looks and really dress that up. I've tried it myself. I've tried not doing it. I've tried everything, man. I wore a white dress. I wore a red dress. I wore a Then maybe it is all in my head. I don't know. It's my reality. But right.
No, because people don't appreciate that. This is kind of an interesting topic. that even things like how the room is set up makes a difference in how you audience responds.
So many variables.
What kind of mic, what kind of stand,
Oh
whether there's a proscenium or whether there's a break to the room, whether it's a theater or whether it's a bar. These are all people. The audience, this thing we call the audience, responds differently in different contexts.
1,000%. And if it's not dark enough, they don't feel intimate enough. They don't feel safe enough to laugh. This could be a million pages.
And yet, I think you and I talked about this a little bit. I saw the most extraordinary audience behavior under the spell of Ralphie May one time.
Oh, Ralphie.
I know. I'm working on a documentary with him.
Are you?
It's called What's Eating Ralphie May. It's by his wife put together. It's really
fantastic.
Good. Look at the trailer for it. It's called What's Eating Ralphie May. I think you will be able to see it soon somewhere. So it's making the rounds of the competitions now.
Great.
But I was kind of friendly with Ralphie, and but I saw him once take an audience, and I've never seen a group of people do this in my life. You could see waves. I was sitting on the side, and so I could look out, and the audience was having waves through it. Like people's bodies were together, going up and down in these like spasms of laughter.
Did you take your melatonin that night?
No, I was not hallucinating. I was not hallucinating. It was just the most extraordinary thing. And I brought it up to him, and he goes, "Yeah, man, that's something, isn't it?" When that happens, he was aware of it too.
Waves. Was it in a theater or in a club?
It was in huge. It was.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, it was the Shrine. It was a huge auditorium.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah. Well, because theaters that's another thing. So if you hone the act in a theater audience is different than the club audience. And how big is the theater? Is it a 500-seater? Is it a 10,000-seater?
Right.
It's a totally different way.
300, 800, 1,200, 2,000, 5,000. These are entirely different rooms.
They're different, so it's a different set too. It's a different way you control the audience. And another thing they don't like with women in comedy is that it's a powerful position. I'm holding the microphone. I'm in charge. I'm the conductor. And that fucks with a lot of people's sense of their own personal power.
Yes, I like that.
Holding the phallus. I'm literally holding a fucking dick in front of my mouth, and I'm going to assume
maybe
control.
Based on what we talked about last week, you have 2 mics.
Maybe. One in my ass and one in my mouth. That's the poster for my next special. 2 mics, 1 lady. Oh, I love that. What a great idea today. Thank you.
Of course.
I love it.
I knew we'd get somewhere with this. All right, there we go.
Yeah.
And that's again another T-shirt. We need a whole line of shirts here, guys.
Merch machine.
Oh, my God. All right, so, I think that's all I wanted to chat about. Can we maybe go to some cool guys?
Let's go.
Yeah. Okay. So this first one, this is pretty interesting. So, a lot of younger ladies and dudes of all shapes and sizes like to gravitate towards OnlyFans.
Oh, shit.
And this is the first. Yeah,
what do you mean OnlyFans? What does that mean?
Fans only, I think, is the proper, but it's called OnlyFans. It's on they put it behind a paywall, pornography sites, so that you have to be a fan, and then you pay a fee, and then you can see all their videos behind a paywall.
Yeah, it's like a Patreon, but with sex.
Boy. Okay.
So this is a really cool lady, who has quite a successful OnlyFans.
She's
page.
really good at it, Drew.
It's been a wild week. I want to thank everybody that has joined my OnlyFans page. There's now more than 1,000 people that have signed up. That is such a blessing to me. Now, if you're interested in seeing my OnlyFans...
Here's the offer.
So let me just say, you know how yesterday we were talking about how my wife and I have become obsessed with the Love Boat?
Yeah.
Well, last night Stella Stevens was on. I always wonder what happened to her.
I don't know who Stella Stevens is. I'm so
show
sorry.
us a picture. I think that's her name, Stella Stevens. I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
it's
okay.
A famous old actress. Can you give me a picture of Stella Stevens? You'll see.
Right.
That's her.
But may
that's
I
probably
point
why she
out
has a fans only page.
Is that her boobs look incredible?
Mm-hmm.
This woman's tits. Do you think they're hers?
That's Stella.
Oh,
Stevens.
she's gorgeous.
Yeah. Isn't that her now?
Oh yeah, what a beautiful lady!
Right, and then that's what happened to her. She's now got a fan page.
What was she in? This woman?
She was in the Poseidon Adventure.
I remember that.
And she was on the Love Boat last night. So
gorgeous.
There you go.
Pretty lady. Look at that. Beautiful. And now she's selling herself on the internet.
There she is.
Wait until you see the offer, though, Drew. You haven't even heard what you can sign up for.
Okay.
Now, if you're interested in seeing my OnlyFans, you can certainly sign up. I would appreciate that, because that's where all the really good stuff is.
Can we stop a second?
Yeah.
Look over her right shoulder.
I know.
Is this like a marionette theater behind her? What is that? What is that? You see that?
Yes, no, those are two candles. She likes to go to
No,
Pottery
the
Barn.
the other side where the curtain. There's a
Oh.
proscenium there. The curtain above the lamp.
What is a proscenium?
There's a theater. It's a stage. It's like a puppet stage behind
No,
her.
Drew, that's her curtain.
With the weird shape thing behind it.
Yeah. She went to Bed Bath and Beyond and got some fancy shit. She thinks she's like doing some decorating.
Okay, all right, let's keep
No, I
going.
think I had those in the 90s. They're not
boy.
good.
Boy. Okay.
Stuff I don't post on Twitter.
Well, no kidding.
So the offer is you can be my fans, only fans.
Hang on, slow down. Christina's coccyx is bothering her.
Sorry,
Hold
guys.
on.
It hurts.
I know,
Okay,
gotta get you a
okay,
donut.
let's go. A donut.
That's what you would sit on.
And
Oh.
I'm still looking for volunteers, but please, you need to be in New Orleans. I don't want guys flying in from all kinds of places just to come fuck this old lady. That's not appropriate, I don't think.
Well,
and so
I
if
don't
you're in
think-
New Orleans,
She doesn't like stalking, is what she's saying. She doesn't like stalkers. It's too
Well-
much. If they're making that effort, how are you gonna get rid of them?
That's the boundary.
Yeah.
So she's like, you have to be local. Okay, here's your offer. Come over and F me, and you do it on camera.
Ooh.
And she puts the stuff behind her paywall, and she sells you whatever you can see the
Now,
vid.
where did this come from? She didn't turn this age and suddenly become this, right?
Is that right?
I'm thinking.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, so I'm guessing that she either had a career in sex, right? She's like a
sex worker.
prostitute, yeah, or even in porn, right? Porn's been around long. I mean, just think about it this way. But hang on, if not, one day we're gonna see this, right? People who've made their living doing this,
Yeah.
are gonna get older,
Yes, you're
and
right.
they're gonna still want to make a living,
Yeah, like those people with facial tattoos.
huh?
What I'm saying is, they get older. People with all these dumb tattoos
Oh,
on their face and
yes.
stuff. You're gonna be this age one
Yes.
day, dude.
Right. And any tattoos for that matter. Although
I know.
keep thinking it'll cover the sun damage, so maybe I'll get a sleeve. One of these days.
Full blacks though. I want just the hard coloring black. Do you know what I mean? You ever see that where people just get a black
like
sleeve
like a
colored in?
no, thank you.
Kat Von D has one. It's pretty intense.
Her whole forearm.
One of them, yeah, she did. She covered up.
Well, she was covering something up.
Yeah, it looks cool. I mean, it's intense though.
I
Would you get a facial tattoo?
No, it's a sign of mental health issues.
I agree.
Yeah.
But it's seen as
It's
cool now.
it's similar to shaving the head.
And
Now-
thin eyebrows.
No, now we're going down a different. That's the more chronic side of things.
Chronic.
Yeah,
That's
this is
chronic.
acute. Is like, oh, I'm gonna face tattoo.
Gotcha.
You know, I'm angry. I'm rebelling. You would have done it if you were lived today.
Maybe. Yeah, I was impulsive.
would've
I
shaved your
shaved
head.
my
You
head.
would've shaved
No,
your
I
head,
did.
yeah.
I had a
Okay.
mohawk. Yeah.
Okay.
So okay.
I want that back, by the way. I've told you.
Fudge. You want it back?
I
The
do.
worst.
No,
You're just the worst influence.
dare
You want me to
you.
get back together with my dad, and you want me to get a mohawk. So far, it's like the worst ideas you've given
No,
me.
we're gonna reconnect with your past and then move forward again.
Reconnect with my past.
So you're gonna the things you've left behind that you've
Sure.
sort of fragmented from yourself. We're gonna reclaim them
Okay.
and move them forward.
So as a 43-year-old mother of two, you think now's the time for the mohawk? I'm gonna go pick up my kid from preschool.
what were you just talking about?
I don't know.
Smelling your panties or whatever?
Yeah, that
okay.
stuff's
It's just the
respectable.
same zone as the mohawk. I'm just saying. You live in that zone. Right? We might as well own it. Who knows how the audiences would react?
No, I don't know.
Huh?
I'm afraid.
Yeah.
I don't want to know. Are you
Okay,
gonna
so-
bang her? Are you gonna take up on this?
No, but she's an attractive older lady.
She's not bad.
Yeah,
And those
she's
tits
good
are
for
looking
her.
good.
Good
Yeah.
for her.
and so if you're in New Orleans, and if you are over the age of 35, then I would love to have you come over.
Criterion.
There's a
And
weird thing
we'll-
with young men and older women these days. Weird.
that? Is that a
Are you
new-
noticing this?
I'm
getting-
noticing on porn that there's.
But are you getting young
yeah.
males sort of interested and
Lenny,
responding?
To me?
Yeah.
Yeah, younger
Young,
men that
which
grow
that's-
up. Yeah.
Weird. That's not. That's new.
That is weird.
That's new. I mean, when
Yeah.
we were 20, the thought of a 26-year-old was
Barf City.
was too much. You know.
Well, I
that's a-
find you're very hot commodity in the world. Every time I'm like, oh, I'm doing things with Dr. Drew. If it's a woman, she's like, oh my God, I have such a crush on. I've had a crush on Dr. Drew. He's so hot. He's so hot. You're kind of a fantasy figure yourself.
which is weird. And if men can be, why can't older women be? Right? That's fine with me.
I
know
am.
It's not that I'm objecting to it. I'm just saying that I remember being. I dated somebody 28 when I was 21, and I thought that, and I dated a 26-year-old when I was like 23, and both seemed like an eternal distance. In fact, made it impossible to me to like keep going.
I agree. I think it's gross and weird.
I didn't think it was. It's
and
not gross and
wrong
weird. Let's not
and-
stop it with all that. It's don't judge. Don't judge. I'm just saying
I think it's not productive.
interesting. It's interesting that that's happening.
Yeah.
And it makes me wonder what is underneath that. And some of it is they're fearful of their own peers. There's so much confusion about
but
how to
isn't
get
it-
consent
all right,
and what's okay and what's not okay.
But I'll tell you what I've discovered.
My daughter and I are writing a book on consent.
Oh, that's good.
It is good.
That's
it's
really
actually turning out really
cool.
good. She's a very good writer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I think okay, having breastfed 2 small boys.
Where are we going now?
Well, here's where I'm going. Is that you realize that, Freud was kind of right about all the
course.
sexual wiring. It's just the sensual thing,
Yeah.
sensual meaning of the senses,
Body,
not
body.
sexual.
Yes, it was bodily based.
You breastfeed with mommy, and then you grow up and you learn to block out that mommy is attached to those tits, and now I sexualize women's breasts, right? So I don't know. Maybe is it because
why does testosterone do that? Why don't women do that?
I don't know.
I can tell you what's interesting to me is I first started seeing this in transgender masculinized folks who were saying that suddenly breast became super interesting. One put it to me as that testosterone made breast eye glue for breasts. Testosterone made that person always look at. He couldn't stop himself.
That's
and before he was
interesting.
not when it was a female, but not particularly interested in breasts.
Oh, that's
and
so
so there's
funny.
something about testosterone that does this too, which is interesting.
That is fascinating.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know what.
But maybe these males that are attracted to older women, could it be it's a mommy thing? Is what I'm saying. It could be a mommy thing, because they're delaying their growing up.
Nah, I don't think so. That's not my instinct on it.
Trying to
I think
make a
it's more
theory
that
here.
I get you're going, and maybe I'm
I know,
wrong. Maybe you're right.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
American Pie. Remember that movie,
yeah.
American Pie?
Yeah, yeah.
Jennifer Coolidge plays the MILF. That's the first time that term is introduced into the American lexicon.
Yeah, yeah.
Mom, I'd like to fuck. And
Yeah.
so it starts this cultural acceptance of moms as being fuckable.
Yes.
I believe that's the genesis. And now it's become normalized.
Okay, so that broke us through.
Yes.
Where that was before that was taboo. right?
Correct.
And now it's non-taboo. But I would argue the move in that direction, that it's not just incidental, right? It could be just incidental, that there's sort of an interest that way. Now maybe porn does that, right?
Yeah.
Because there's something weird about the male brain between about 14 and 16, really about 12 and 14. Stuff they see becomes preferential. It's it's not a lot written about this, but I'm interested in how pornography is going to
Becomes
shape
preferential, meaning they start to develop, I like this, I don't like that.
but it's all like the more intense, the more preferred. It's weird. There's some sort of window when I don't know how that all gets set up, but I know there's something going on there. And the fact that MILF is a category,
Yes.
they're seeing this stuff, and so it might become a little bit of preferential that way.
There you go. We figured it out, man.
And I would argue, I hear the way they're struggling with their peers. They're very confused about their peers.
Yeah, because they don't have that natural process of dating and rejecting and no and yes
That's
and
exactly
breaking
right.
up and making up and
Exactly right. All right, is Grandma over, or have we interrupted that sufficiently?
I feel like we've done
her.
Now, is it normal to have sex with 1,000 strangers? One would argue.
I didn't hear her say that. Did she say that?
Well, she's got 1,000 members.
Oh, those are just the video fans.
Sure, but is it normal for a woman to put a call out on the internet? Come over, have sex with me. I'm going to make a video. You can put a bag over your head. We'll put it on the. I mean, it's
Now,
not
if you need to
normal.
have a pillowcase or something over your head, it's okay with me.
There she is.
What's going on?
I would
Drew?
call that on the deviant spectrum, right?
Deviant?
Yeah.
Meaning what? Bad parenting, molested as a child,
for
trauma.
her?
Sure.
Sometimes. All right, now you're challenging me here.
Challenging you.
I don't mean you're like pushing against me.
Oh,
you're challenging me to create a theory here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Intellectually
I love
challenging
this.
me.
I love to think of people's backgrounds.
And I might argue that all those things get you into these kinds of work. But after years of doing it, you kind of roll downhill with your behavior.
Oh.
There's fewer and fewer boundaries that you won't cross.
Man,
Right?
that's dark.
Doesn't that make sense? And she's had a few years, it looks like, to sort of develop her spectrum of what's appropriate.
Downhillness.
Yeah. And she's gone a little downstream. Fuck. And now it's pillowcases and fans only. And And, as compared to who knows what she did when she was younger.
So the bar started pretty wild. I mean, she went from wild to wilder, I'm guessing.
Isn't that what kind of happens?
I guess.
I'm sure you come up against stuff where you stop, but, you kind of, where's more money over here? And okay, we'll try that.
I guess, man. Sure.
And again, rolling downhill plus time gives you grandma OnlyFans.
And thank God for it. I mean, thank God she can still make a living doing this kind of work.
And I'm certain there's been spiritual consequences for her choices, but she looks none the worse for wear.
Good for her, man.
God bless her.
I think you should go over and F her.
Yeah, I want to make home visits to all these people. I mean, RPC broke me through, where I want to make home visit to
I can't believe you went to that. Yeah. Okay. You should do
Robert
it.
alone. That's
I
our
love
new video.
him.
I
He
do
needs to go
too.
on TikTok.
We
What's
need to
worse?
Tom and I are going to take him to dinner.
Oh,
You didn't know about this?
I don't know. Do we really? Are you really want to take him out in public and take him to dinner?
Not just
Where?
dinner. We want to go to per se. We want to go to a nice dinner.
Okay. I would do that. Actually,
You join us?
I would want to talk to him.
Well, maybe after your thing at the Carolines.
Yeah,
in
I'd want to
April.
talk to him outside in the world and get him
He's
like a nice
lovely.
steak.
He is
I know.
lovely.
I want him to have a nice glass of champagne.
Yeah. Let me take a quick break right now to tell you about our friends at Upstart. As most of us have found out the hard way, getting into debt is easy, but getting out is hard, especially if your credit score isn't great. Thankfully, now there is Upstart.com. It's the revolutionary lending platform that knows you're more than just your credit score. They offer smarter interest rates to help you pay off high-interest credit card debt. That's right. Obviously, if you have a bunch of cards out there, you want to consolidate into one, this is how you do it. Upstart goes beyond the traditional credit score when assessing your creditworthiness. They actually reward you based on your education and your job history in the form of a smarter rate. I mean, why not? You're a good risk. Upstart believes you're more than just your credit score. They believe in you. They make it fast, simple, and easy to check your rate, and since it's just a soft pull, it will not affect your credit score. The hard pull happens if you accept your rate. The best part, once the loan is approved and accepted, most people get their funds the very next business day. That's right, the next day. Over 400,000 people have used Upstart to pay off credit cards or meet their financial goals. Free yourself from the burden of high interest rate credit card debt by consolidating everything into one monthly payment with Upstart. See why Upstart is ranked number one in their category with over 300 businesses on Trustpilot. And hurry to upstart.com/Drew to find out how low your Upstart rate is. Checking your rate only takes a few minutes. Again, it is upstart.com/Drew, not Dr. Drew. Again, upstart.com/DREW. And now let's get back to the show.
Okay. What's worse to treat, a heroin addiction or a meth addiction? Asking for a friend. Legit.
Heroin is more deadly. Meth is more frustrating. For me particularly, because I don't like paranoid, delusional people. Have we talked about that?
Meaning meth will make you
Paranoid
more,
and delusional.
And heroin?
And heroin makes you go back and die.
Hold on, because this person, their relative has a heroin addiction.
They put them together. I know a lot of people are doing both.
Oh.
And it makes them really hard to treat.
Well, this person's very paranoid and said, there's listening devices. And they go, okay, send us pictures of these listening devices.
They're doing both. That person is doing both.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's a common thing.
That's rough.
In fact, the
man.
really common thing now is fentanyl meth, which is deadly.
Fentanyl?
Meth.
What is that? It's meth.
No, fentanyl's just a stronger heroin.
Ay, ay, ay.
Like 50 to 100 times stronger. Hey, good times.
God.
Good times. Where next? TikTok. Let's do TikTok. Oh, prison sissy cool guy. Okay. Let's
Holy
do that.
shit, man. Holy shit.
This is Jeremy Ewing again, and I just want to tell you, I want you to be my prison daddy. I want to be your little prison toilet.
He's been taking notes from RPC.
I
Yes.
want you to pee on me,
Yeah.
and I want you to do it in front of everybody I know, and you know. So everybody together knows that I'm your little sissy toilet. I'll even screw dogs.
What's with the eye stuff?
I'll even suck little doggy dick for you. Please make me your prison bitch.
What's with the blue, whatever that is?
Yeah, that's a thing. I don't know.
It is?
I don't know. I don't know what he's
It's
doing.
like a
with
throwback
the
to
mega.
the Warriors. You ever seen the Warriors?
No.
You must watch that movie.
The Warriors.
Yes. But not off. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Warriors, come out and play.
Yes.
Yay.
Put it up. Give me a picture of the Warriors. You tell me if this isn't what that is. Again, I feel sad as always.
That one made
And-
me feel a little sad. Too.
And there they are.
Oh,
The
there they
Warriors,
are. That's
the
an old
Warriors.
school jam.
Yeah, this is a movie about the gangs in the 70s, but no makeup. There's some of the gangs have weird makeup. That's what I was going for.
Shirtless gangs.
Yeah, those guys. Ooh,
So
there it
lame.
is. There it is. I think. Yeah. So in any event, oh my goodness, is that our grandma?
They look very homoerotic, these gangbangers.
Yeah, a little bit.
Little gay bangers.
But that was going for the.
But
you know,
70s were kind of gay. Like
yeah,
the
but
aesthetic for
w-
men.
The
was
women like that.
super
Well,
gay.
that's the thing that's interesting about the 70s is there was a big thing about, what did they call it? See, now it's all about gender expression.
Yeah.
Then it was, what did they call it? It was, they actually had a name for it. And, Studio 54 was all about this, was about these sort of glam expressions.
Glam. Well, David Bowie was doing all
Yes,
that.
yes.
And he was like, the origin of that. And Queen. And
Yes, but they didn't call it trans. They just sort of called it.
Glam rock?
It had other kinds of names, but what was it? Would they just go? There was sort of fluidity, there wasn't
Right.
like this,
Right. Like men wore tassel. Well, like you, when you were the eagle on
Yeah,
the
Masked Singer.
Yeah, like those. That was kind of cool, and
Yep.
men could be a little more softer and feminine. Gender was
Metrosexual. I think they
metro.
called it. Is that what they
That's a
called it?
word. Yeah.
Yeah, metrosexual.
Metro.
But in any event, so this guy with the cool blue eye makeup that makes him cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
There he is.
There he goes.
I feel sad. I feel sad much the way I felt sad when I first encountered RPC.
Yeah.
However, I learned from RPC that that was just a character that he used to make other people happy. Mm-hmm. That he wanted these guys to have a fantasy where they could forget about themselves for a minute and express something they wouldn't dare express to somebody else. So I was a little persuaded not to be so unhappy and sad by RPC, and I'm wondering
Okay.
if this is the same kind of thing.
So you're telling me, and do you buy this argument?
Sort of.
That RPC is doing this for some altruistic thing of other people's happiness, or
Some
does
of
he
it.
really
Some
want
of
to
it.
be peed on and beaten? He really does. Listen, his need for it is pretty fucking sincere.
And I asked him, and I said, "Is this just a masturbatory thing that you get
Yeah.
off on, or do you really want it?" And he avoided it a bit,
Okay.
and said that he was not interested in being hurt,
Okay.
which was sort of what he was asking for.
And but he said he avoided it, meaning that
avoided-
yes, it's a masturbatory thing.
Yeah, but he didn't say no. Somebody couldn't pee on me.
He likes to
I-
pee.
and and I said, "Look, I worry somebody's going to come beat you up." He goes, "Oh no,
Yeah.
I'm not into that. I'm not into it."
Piss
So-
on me, beat me.
Right.
But
beat
the pissing,
me, no.
he likes to drink piss, and he's drinked pee on his Instagram lives. I've watched him do it.
His own.
And he masturbates on videos as well.
This
So
is RPC we're talking about.
Uh-huh.
No, I know he likes it as a fantasy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm getting a little weirded out by this conversation.
Why? You
I feel
wish
like
someone
I'm-
would pee on you?
No, I feel like I'm looking in on somebody's private matter. I don't
Oh,
know
he
if it-
makes it very public,
I know,
Drew. We're not.
I know.
He's fully consented to this.
I knew.
Yeah.
I guess because I visited that it feels weird. It's
Like you know him now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's your
like I don't
bro.
want to.
And can I tell you something really weird? When I saw him masturbate and ejaculate on the video, I was happy for him. Like I wasn't grossed out. I legitimately was like, "Oh, there's my dude." Like I was like, because he finally had completion. He was finally releasing, and
Yeah.
I've seen him
I'm sure
so
there-
fired up.
I'm
and I
sure
was
there were plenty of releases out there somewhere. Number one. And number two, do you know what Nadav did to me with that? No. You don't know?
I don't remember.
Nadav-
It's all a blur.
The cum game.
Oh, the cum game.
Yeah.
The cum game.
Yeah, the
Yes.
cum game. Yeah, I had you guess. I played a number
Yes.
of people coming, and you had to guess who was.
I
RPC.
remember that was so that Nadav could avoid talking to you about his
I know,
real
I know.
Sure
dark
was.
stuff.
We got there anyway.
Yeah, of
and,
course
and
you
it was a
did.
pretty good game, and I was pretty good at it, turns out. Kind of like 25 words or less. Kind of. Maybe we can make a syndicated series out of it.
You guessed the ones that weren't RPC as well.
Yeah, yeah.
You're like, oh, that's cool Uncle Terry, right?
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, I know. Well, really, it's Tom that was super happy because like we've totally destroyed Dr. Drew now.
Totally.
We've totally just brought him
Was that
over.
the goal? I don't know.
I don't
We
know
just-
what it was.
We
but-
just love you, and we just wanted you in our world. But we go back to this guy. I'm not done.
Okay, yeah.
So the makeup is, I'm not sure what the goal is.
Yeah.
Subjugation, humiliation. He wants humiliation. He wants public humiliation. He wants to be peed on. So is this like I was abused. I feel like I'm not a good person on the inside.
If this is real, sure.
If this is real. He's faking this?
No, if it's not just a performative, you know what I'm saying? Yes, that would make perfect sense to
I'm
me.
Jeremy.
But I would say like drug addict parents, depravity, and
Sure.
like a lot of stuff.
Wouldn't it be funny if he was straight? And he's like, I'm looking for a woman. Like, there's no woman on the planet that's like, yep, I'm down, bro.
Again, funny how?
Funny how what?
Yeah. that's
Funny
all.
what?
Enough said.
And you'll probably remember me from my last video. But I'm Zager's prison bitch. And I want to be his little doggy bitch.
I find it interesting
wanna
these
be
guys,
his toilet.
including RPC, look for the criminal element.
Yes.
It's sort of weird to me.
And that's funny because
I
we've
just-
had prison guards on Your Mom's House who have been like, yeah, homosexuality is not that prevalent. I mean,
Yeah.
listen, I always
Thank you,
think of
Sal.
Sal, yeah. It's not that prevalent in the community. Like, it's not really like...
Not a big deal.
It's not like they're all butt fucking all day in
No,
the prison.
No.
So I'm not sure what this is. I think it's they want a bad guy.
Yeah.
They want like the Jets. and
Somebody when they
you know.
No, you want somebody when he beats him means it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Means him.
Oh, that's dark.
I know. That's why I'm saddened by
That's
this stuff.
dark. Yeah.
That's
Well,
hot
I
though,
get
right?
the allure, but now I get it. I kind of, if I were into that, I don't like bad guys. But if I were a bad guy, I'd want a real bad guy.
Right.
Yeah, like a guy with, prison.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that is kind of hot. Now
Oh,
that I go there.
Jesus Christ.
And just shank you.
You're in the
and
right profession.
stuff. Yeah. Who was it, Nadav, that pointed out? They're like, this guy doesn't have any keys.
Oh, I think that might have been Tony Hinchcliffe.
Cliff, he goes, that guy doesn't have any keys.
Behind him?
So there's no keys on his
Yeah, look
wall.
at that. Is that what that is?
Yeah, he's got no fucking keys,
Weird.
weirdo.
Got a calendar though.
Yeah, you gotta know what day it is. I know all these like wholesome tchotchkes, and then he's like, this gotta be like his mom's place, right?
Yeah. I can't stand him anymore. Can't do it. Next.
Next.
The TikToks. I TikToks to clear my palate.
TikTok, you don't stop.
Yeah.
I'm on them, bro.
Ooh.
No, not him again. We watched him already.
Yeah, we did him. He makes me sad.
Yeah, he makes me sad now.
Ooh, look at this guy.
This guy's a cool guy.
This is a Fed Smoker too.
Oh, fellow TikTokers, all I got to say is, all you women out there on TikTok ain't nothing but a bunch of fucking scammers.
So what does he mean by that?
Okay, I think what because I've followed his other stuff, I think these women are like DMing him and then not following through, like, I want to meet you or whatever. And like, they're not laying him.
Yeah, they're not
So
going
he-
after him. So he's angry.
So he's mad.
So
'cause
he's
they're-
not, it's not just the chicks dancing on TikTok that he feels tantalized by.
Oh, I don't know.
You know, there's all that craziness.
It might be like women who comment and he's expecting that to be a date or like a courtship.
Right,
And it's
right, right.
not. It's
Okay.
just TikTok, bro.
Should he interest me?
What do you mean?
I'm not sure he interests me.
Oh, next.
Next.
Let's move on.
Hey,
Ooh.
I just want all the lesbians who are proud of being gold stars to stop.
What's a gold
That's just-
star?
Okay, so a gold star lesbian is somebody that's never had a penis in their vagina. They've only ever been with women. Gold
So
star
you get
lesbian.
a gold star.
What do you mean? I'm not a lesbian.
No, you get a gold star if you're that kind of lesbian.
Yeah.
You're
It's
good for
called
you.
a gold star. It's considered like the best kind. Not the best, or just
Yeah, you get a gold star.
superior. Yeah,
Okay.
you're awesome.
You're a real lesbian. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hey, I just want all the lesbians who are proud of being gold stars to stop. That's just rooted in misogyny, it's biphobic, it's transphobic, it doesn't mean anything, it doesn't make you any gayer, virginity doesn't exist, and it's heteronormative as hell.
Huh? I'm not sure I follow the argument.
I got it. I got it.
Okay.
I'm not sure it was.
Because misogyny?
It just reminds me how lingo laden we
Yes.
are.
Yes.
We are just laden down with lingo of all time.
It's like 1,000
don't-
bullshit.
And I don't disagree with what she's saying, by the way.
Sure.
But the lingo part was like, okay.
Because misogyny, first of all, that's not even grammatically correct. Because misogyny, I think she just because of misogyny, or
Okay,
it's
we'll
misogynistic.
give her that one.
The gold star lesbian.
yeah.
So what she's saying is it's steeped in a patriarchal system
Right.
that says if there's no penis in a vagina.
That the patriarchy again is setting the stage for the gold star.
Correct.
It's as against the patriarchy. You get the gold
Correct.
star. But she said virginity doesn't exist.
Now that's interesting.
That was the most interesting thing she said. And I thought, what does that mean? Do you know? That's a new thing for me, even all the other lingo.
Okay, so virginity technically is a penis entering a vagina,
Well,
breaking the hymen.
This is the thing.
That's how it's been defined.
Not necessarily. This is the thing, because some people define virginity as chastity. Right? And then where do you draw the line with chastity, right? Is it kissing? Is it breast fondling?
Wait a
Is
minute.
it oral sex? Is it anal sex? Where's the line?
Wait, but you mean to tell me people would consider French kissing a loss of virginity?
Well, a loss of you're not so chaste anymore,
Correct,
right?
correct.
And if virginity is associated with chastity, well, where is the line? When he touches your boobs? Is that it now? It's an interesting.
It's an argument.
It's an interesting.
Well, and if you look at
argument,
lesbian sex, so then how do we set up what virginity is? Is it when you get fingered by another girl? Is it
Right.
penetration? Well, they don't. Maybe there are some lesbians that don't do penetration.
Correct. Is it an orgasm with another person?
Oh
Is it...
man, that's a noodle bender.
See?
Now we have to redefine.
So we like this chick in a weird way.
Yeah, no, I do. I just
we
think
don't
it's,
like all the lingo, but
Yeah.
she proposes something interesting here.
Okay, of course, it is the babbling of the terms.
I
Like,
know,
get
I
the
know.
fuck out of here.
But-
Just say what you want to
I
say.
know, and they get so much status for all that.
The virtue signaling.
It's all virtue signaling, yeah.
Well, let's
Even though
talk-
we
but-
like her and we agree with her.
Ouch! But what is the?
It's certainly not bending your coccyx.
Oh,
that's
my
that's
coccyx.
non-virginity.
What
It
is?
means you've had a baby.
So are we talking about chastity versus traditional virginity losing?
plain Adam said.
Yeah.
Adam said something very funny once. He goes, "There needs to be a series of planes.
Yeah.
There needs to be a plane at the anus, a plane at the vagina." Plane at the mouth, and even a plane at the okay side.
Oh.
So a plane here. So that is also a plane that you don't necessarily want to violate if you're really going to consider chastity, right?
Yeah,
So all the planes need to be intact.
that's interesting.
So you have a plane across every
A plane, and a plane. Yeah.
like a plane, like not an
Yes.
aircraft.
Sure,
like
sure,
a plane.
sure.
There's a plane across this sign that a
PLAN.
penis should not violate.
Interesting. But then that's very heteronormative. You're
That
you're
was-
talking
as soon as you start talking about penises, now
Yeah.
you're outside of
patriarchy.
Yeah.
Because patriarchy. Because misogyny.
There you go.
Lesbians.
Who knew that one would create so much conversation?
I know it is fascinating
Yep.
because lesbian sex is outside of the quote patriarchal shit, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they don't have peeners,
No, I
but they penetrate with
understand.
dildos. And is a fake dildo considered a peen? Do they want to be considered a
And
peen?
is there a
Ay, ay.
hierarchy? And is hierarchy more the issue than patriarchy?
Oh my God!
Fuck
Next.
this shit.
This is too deep, bro.
Here we go. Next.
Does anybody
Oh.
like Darth Vader, the Sith Lord? This is Cody. I want to meet the real Vader, Darth Vader,
Dark
Yeah.
Vader.
the real Sith Lord.
It's the cousin of Darth Vader.
So we're back to Beetlejuice again, I think, aren't we?
I don't know. You told me. You're the doctor.
And so I think he actually believes there's somebody named Darth Vader. Dark Vader. He'd like to meet.
I want to meet him too. I'd like to meet him.
Yeah.
Can we set this up?
Yeah.
He also doesn't have a proper username. It's at user OSGR3. Wait, but
By the way, I think that's what my username looks like. How do you set your username?
I'll help you.
I finally put a video out yesterday, and I
You
got
did?
4 views.
We'll set you up.
Okay.
I'll get you on the talk. Oh, I'm on the talk.
fellow TikTokers.
Uh-oh.
I'm at the water champ, the real water champ. Let me see.
Oh.
I don't really produce too much content these days. Wait, so you're saying this guy is a little... Sorry, that's my TikTok.
What do you do all day?
I'm at the water champ. You can follow me on the talk.
What do you do all
I
day?
look at TikToks when I take a dump. And I curate. Do you not do anything on the toilet when you take a dump? Do you read anything?
Yeah. I read medical journals. And
I knew it. I knew you were going to
yeah,
say that.
Yeah, I do.
You have a stack of them in your toilet?
Yeah, sure.
Do you have a regular toilet or a washlet?
Regular.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I know. I got to get with the modern age.
Yeah, what are you doing? Bless you. Bless you. Oh, my God.
Excuse me.
Are
Sorry.
you coronavirus?
No, I'm not. I noticed you. Oh, what do we got here?
All right, outlaws. Listen up. What makes you all think we're related?
No, stop this. Let me see this. Listen here, motherfuckers. You've done pissed me the fuck off, and I'm already in a bad goddamn mood today. Well, little advice to those that think we're cousins. No, the fuck we're not. I'm not related to her. I'm no kin to her. And if you keep the shit up, I'm calling the fucking CEO, and every one of y'all's little goddamn accounts are getting shut down. Do I make myself clear?
Just FYI, he's Cherokee.
Stop.
I'm not native at all.
You all have a loud mouth. Well, secret's out. Fuck with us and watch what happens to your accounts. Goodbye.
He just guaranteed he's going to be inundated with cousin humor, right? And some Cherokee stuff now too. Oh,
I'm not Native American. Do you
Wow.
think he has the CEO's direct line? Is he going to call?
I hope he does. CEO will then call the police.
I'm sure the CEO's going to take that call right away.
Wow. I mean, what makes him angry about whatever the hell comes back from social media?
I don't know why people get personally upset.
For any of this stuff. Oh my God! If what came across my social media, was, oh my God!
You know how many awful things people are saying about us right now?
Yes.
Right now.
I have to
don't
just
read
not.
it.
I have to not look. Yeah, don't even look.
Why would you?
Oh my God!
Why would you?
I mean, the stuff I get for
would
doing
you?
this podcast. You know, the teen moms are sort of fans of this.
Really?
And last time we had a reunion with the teen mom too. One of the kids, Isaac, said to me, he goes, his mom let him listen to some of this. And he goes, "You're really funny. How come you're not funny here?" So,
Because I'm a medical doctor.
so there you go.
That's cool, man.
Let's keep going. We've got more
We've
TikTok.
just opened you up. I'm just so happy. I can't wait. In a year from now, you're going to be a total degenerate like us.
I don't think I'm going that far down that pipe. But who knows? It's a slow roll.
I
Much
know.
like grandma.
I love
You don't
this.
realize
Yeah,
where
but you understand that when you get those like panty calls, you're totally like, whatever. I'm now rattled.
The panty call.
Yeah, like I smell my panties, and when I jerk off, I eat the semen. Like that stuff kind of rattles me.
Okay, Nadav,
And you're not
find
rattled.
one now from a woman while I read this one. Hey, Drew, I finally come to terms with how harmful porn is to my youthful brain, but I was wondering if masturbating to your imagination of women that you know is better, or should you not masturbate at all? There's nothing wrong with masturbation. People would argue that, you know, like you said, reading and using your imagination is superior to watching things, but males like to watch things, so I don't think it's going to be hard for you to move away from porn.
I like to
So-
watch things too. I think
you?
I'm a male that way.
Good for you.
I'm transgendered.
Really good.
I'm non-binary. No, I don't use theater of the mind. I'm bored.
Not when you have an option of
Yeah.
video and stuff.
That's what iPhones are for.
But and even you know, males back in my day still would look at pictures. They try to find pictures or something.
Yeah. What did you have to beat your way to?
To Playboy.
Oh, that was lucky that you had that.
Everybody had men would like go through trash cans and things, try to find young males try to find old Playboys and stuff. Yeah,
Like
it was a commodity.
raccoons foraging through
yeah,
trash.
Jesus, pathetic. You got a voicemail for me?
Hey, Dr. Drew, this is Amanda from Washington State. So my boyfriend of 6 years, we have 2 kids together. He steals ladies, like his friends' underwear. And it's quite disturbing to me because he's a really good guy besides that. And I just was wondering, what is that impulse that has nothing to do with me, or is that, like, what is that?
Okay.
Wait, what is he doing?
Does he want to have?
He is stealing friends' underwear.
Her friends.
Her
female friends.
And I like the way women immediately go to, what am I not doing? What is it about me that he has to do this?
Hilarious.
No, he is an okay guy. He's not a good guy. He's got an issue that needs to be dealt with, and it can go very bad.
What's the issue?
He's stealing and masturbating with other women's underwear.
What's the issue? What's going on?
It's a fetish, right? And
okay.
fetishes are not that well understood. but it's also a compulsion, and he's stealing.
Right.
And it's something that if he gets caught, people are going to feel very violated.
100%. So what should she confront him?
Yes, tell him it's not okay, and he's going to really, if he can't control this, he needs to see somebody.
But if it's a fetish, okay, how about this? Can he order stuff online? Because there are people that sell their panties.
I suppose that's true.
And would that be a better way for him to procure said panties?
I would agree. It sort of scares me that you came up with that, but okay.
Well, Josh,
is there a market there that you've been exploiting, young lady?
No, Josh Potter is our sex worker, and at one point a panty aggregator. And
slow down.
Yes.
He's what?
Josh is a sex worker.
He's a sex worker?
Josh Potter
is a sex worker?
Mm-hmm. He would,
meaning what?
He would do hair and foot videos on Cameo, and he would do like foot videos for people, and then
because he has such great feet?
No, they're horrible, but people just wanted to see his sex work stuff, and he got sick of it because he got flooded with requests, and he was like, it's too much, it's sucking my soul, I'm not going to do it. And then he started another business as being a panty aggregator, so he wanted people to send their dirty panties to him, and then he would set them to the market
to other like-minded young men.
Yeah, so that's how I heard about the business of panty.
I wish he were here today. We would have to chat with him. I think that's in
Why? It sounds perfectly normal.
Upcoming episode.
What does he usually to say? Perfectly healthy, perfectly normal.
Perfectly normal, perfectly healthy. So what have you learned? I haven't heard the final conclusion yet.
What about it?
These panty aggregators?
Yeah, so you can buy used panties online.
And did that satisfy their need, or is there sort of a clandestine thing too where they have to know the person and steal
that
from
might
the person?
Be the issue.
And can they just do it maybe from a cam person that they know kind of thing? Could they get it that way?
That would be nice.
The same rise out of themselves?
Can the wife leave behind dirty chonies?
No,
it's not about the wife.
Her. Nothing to do with her. And by the way, it's a girlfriend of 6 years with 3 kids.
With 3 kids or 2?
3 kids.
That's a lot of responsibility. She don't have time to get her panties dirty.
And by the way, dirty. Girlfriend, not husband.
I agree.
Yeah, the kids need a stable structure. And when people say, "Hey, it's just a piece of paper," that's the point. It's a contract to commit you for the kids. So they get a little bit of stability and can count on that stability going forward. It's a contract, a piece of paper to protect the kids and the family unit.
And protect the women, I might add, because I know, listen, a lot of people live with people and they have children out of wedlock. Yes, I'm not speaking from a 1950s perspective. Protect the women and the children, because when that guy splits, you have no legal repercussions to half his stuff.
Yep.
So if you have children with somebody, get yourself protected by getting married.
Getting a contract.
Yes, that's what it's about.
Next voice message.
Hi, Dr. Drew. This is Shane, and I am an ABDL, which I think some people who know what that means know that makes me a cool guy.
Oh.
I like to wear diapers, and it brings me comfort. And I think it's widely misunderstood. I think a lot of people with kinks really have trouble accepting themselves and really learning about them, and there's not a whole lot of resources. So I appreciate you guys bringing awareness to things like this, even if it's saying we're cool dudes, because at the end of the day, I think most of us realize that it is kind of goofy, but it still brings us joy, and it brings you joy to see that in a humorous way. So thank you.
Okay, I love that he's in on the joke.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. ABDO. Look up ABDO.
Adult baby diaper. I thought it was wearer, but adult baby diaper.
Organization.
Like NAMBLA.
ABDL. Maybe it was an L.
Adult. Maybe
it sounded like maybe it was an L.
No, the lover is the one that loves the person in the adult baby diaper. So there's a wearer and a lover. So these are two, but type in ABDO and see. No,
adult baby.
No. There's like Farsi, slave, gladiator. Okay, I guess it's ABDL. Never mind.
Okay, so in any event, I'm glad he's in on the joke, number one.
Yeah.
Number two, he's saying that people don't understand it. And I can't imagine there's not a lot of resource for everything out there. So how can you say there's no research? You know what I mean?
At least some
we just found a Wikipedia. For God's sake, there's resources out there.
Chat rooms.
But what freaks people out is not just the wearers and you have some weird thing where it makes you feel comfort. It's some sort of throwback something. Okay, I got it. That's your brain, whatever. It is the messing the diaper and the sex in the diaper that freaks people out.
And why is that, Drew?
And then the baby behavior that sometimes goes along with the diaper wearing. That's the stuff that we find problematic.
Well, yes, because it's associated with the most innocent, which is babies. And for us, it's a weird crossover.
It is bizarre. Let's not mince words here. For an adult.
I'm holding back on my repulsion.
It's bizarre. I'm not going to, and I say that with peace and love.
Peace and love.
It's not a judgment. It's just for an adult to look at that and see that behavior. It strikes as bizarre, and I would argue that even in a world that's thoroughly accepting and tolerant, it would still strike as. I'd rather see the doggy guys. The doggy play.
Because it's in the adult realm.
It's a little less bizarre than seeing and again, the messing and it gets into sort of scatological stuff.
But is that the allure?
Sex in the diaper.
But is that the allure?
I have trouble understanding.
Is it the diaper and the soiling and the naughtiness of soiling oneself as an adult? Is that the...
You seem to be...
I'm trying to put my head there. I'm trying.
Your head's there, I think.
I'm trying.
Maybe it's a little disturbing to me to hear you say
that. Is it that when... maybe you don't have clear memories of it, but somehow the wires get crossed of sexual and mommy cleaning you. I don't know.
It's some sort of stuckness, right?
Yeah.
Or literally wires crossing. Some people have theories about these things that parts of the brain sort of they're adjacent and so they overlap and they're wiring and things and it gets people like this. It doesn't have to be something horrible happened. It can be almost developmental.
Yeah.
And we're not judging, not saying, oh, you're horrible because of this or you need to go get it treated or it's just you're going to be a cool guy.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you're in on the joke.
Well, I think people just assume that you're messing with kids. I think that's the association.
Oh, see, I would not. That's not. I would defend them again. That's not what happens.
Well, no, that is not what happens. But I'm saying that you even say something like adult baby diaper, and everybody, you instinctively go, oh my God, they're messing with kids.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's true.
Right.
It's just the association. Yeah.
Should we do one more?
Yeah.
All right, one more.
We can't leave on diaper wearing.
I know.
It's too dark.
Too much. Is there any more videos for us to go over? Or anything we missed?
Nothing that would be like a quick sign off.
Okay. Voice message.
Hey, Dr. Drew. My name's Jordan. Just a really quick question. In my mid-30s, and when I was younger, I never had any kind of issues with maintaining as far as performance. Not coming too fast or anything like that. And then I met my wife who has a really quickly recovering vagina. I don't know any other way to call that. She almost is a virgin every single time we have sex. And I'm just trying to figure out if maybe that's why I have such a hard time like maintaining for a good amount of time, or if there's something that I need to do that I can try.
Did he say how old he is?
Mid-30s.
So any guy, if he's a smoker, he needs to get on a treadmill immediately because that can be the first sign of heart disease.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I would go see a doctor first thing. He's getting towards his 40s when these things can have medical sort of consequences associated with them. So you got to make sure there's not a medical reason for it. And beyond that, again, it's about the couple kind of working it out. He's struggling. Are they going too long? Is it,
But he's saying, sorry, what I'm understanding is her vagina too tight.
I think that's what he's
and that would make his penis go, which
seem right.
Counterintuitive.
Right. That doesn't seem like a proper explanation for it. So more information and start with a medical evaluation.
Yeah.
So again, it's been fun.
This has been great.
As always.
I love it.
We've gone down so many rabbit holes today. I can't keep track of them all.
I know.
I feel a little disturbed by some of them.
Do you feel gross or do you feel complete?
Cold inside.
Then we've done the job right.
You did it.
It's been a great app.
I guess I'm going to be in your mom's house soon. That should be coming up.
Of course.
Yeah, so good. And then we're going to be doing phone calls next show.
I can't fucking wait.
I know. It's going to be so good.
I cannot. This has been my dream. Listen, I've listened to you take phone calls since I was 13 years old, and I'm only 27. And it's so crazy that I'm going to get to do this with you. This is a dream come true.
I'm so happy.
I'm
and
so thrilled.
This is going to be great. So this has all been by way of warm up. These shows so far, but we're getting to the real.
Kick ass, bro.
We're getting to the real heat of it next visit. So next show.
And I want to hear your weirdest stuff, man. Don't be ashamed.
Yeah. It's anonymous. We're not going to.
It's anonymous.
Yeah. It's just like Loveline. Just call in and give us the stuff.
Give me your weirdness. I want to hear it.
But it's got to be.
It.
It's got to be important to you, and it's got to be real.
That's true, because we can smell bullshit.
Yeah. And if you want to bullshit us, do it really, really, really well, and then always reveal at the end. You can take us down any path you want, but don't leave it, because sometimes people do leave. They tell horrible stories that leave me like concerned and worried, and then don't tell me it's a bogus.
Oh, and you're very empathetic.
So if you tell us something horrible that's not real, and you want to try to pull one over on us, which I encourage.
No, don't encourage that.
Okay.
They're going to do that.
Right,
don't encourage.
All right, don't do that.
Tell us the truth and don't be afraid. And yes, we're going to make fun of you a little bit, but we still care about you. And that's why we do the show, because it's fun to hear other people's stuff.
You're part of the community.
I like to share. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you then.
Bye,
see you next
Mom.
time. All conversations and information exchanged during participation in the Dr. Drew After Dark podcast or interaction on the drdrew.com website is intended for educational and entertainment purposes only. Do not confuse this with treatment or physician medical advice or direction per se. You must always follow your medical professional's advice and direction. Nothing on these podcasts or posted on this site supplements or supersedes the relationship and direction of your medical caretakers. Please understand, I am not playing the role of physician in this environment per se. I'm educating. I am a licensed physician with specialty boards in American Board of Internal Medicine and American Board of Addiction Medicine.